Tactical breach of Nova Kakhovka. Dam's impact on the war. June 6, 2023. The destruction of the strategically significant Nova Kakhovka Dam carries vast implications for the ongoing Russia-Ukraine conflict. This piece delves into its profound repercussions on humanitarian challenges, obstacles for Ukraine's counteroffensive, the situation at the Zaporizhzhia Nuclear Power Plant, and the water supply in Crimea. Background: the Nova Kakhovka Dam, often discussed over the past 8 months for its critical position, was obliterated, presenting extensive aftereffects, humanitarian consequences. The dam's obliteration has led to extensive flooding downstream, most noticeably impacting areas south of the dam due to their lower elevation and swamp-like nature. Satellite imagery reveals the dam's position with Kherson city to the north and the river marking the divide between Ukrainian and Russian dominions. While fewer inhabitants are found in the southern regions, the flooding proves to be a consistent challenge. However, the circumstances aren't entirely bleak. The peak water level downstream took nearly 8 hours to be reached, allowing timely evacuations. Yet, it's anticipated that the flooding will persist. Reflecting on Ukraine's earlier move to intentionally devastate the Irpin River Dam in the north to hinder Russia's advance, the affected region is still grappling with its aftermath more than a year on. The Nova Kakhovka Dam scenario might prove even more challenging. Operational concerns. The dam housed sluices, large gates to regulate water flow. Although positioned at the line of control, these sluices were under Russian jurisdiction. On our last visit 3 months ago, a sluice was opened to expand the Dnipro River downstream width without causing significant flooding, reducing the upstream water level to an all-time low of 14 meters. Contrastingly, right before the dam's ruin, the sluices were shut tight. Coupled with winter snowfall, spring melt, and rains, the water level surged to a record 17.5 meters. Essentially, Russia's dam operations seemed to intensify the flooding aftermath. Other implications. While this piece emphasizes humanitarian concerns, the dam's destruction also impacts Ukraine's counteroffensive strategies. The Zaporizhzhia Nuclear Power Plant's condition and Crimea's water situation, which will be discussed in subsequent updates. Nova Kakhovka Dam's destruction, multi-dimensional implications. June 6, 2023. The destruction of the Nova Kakhovka Dam has reverberated across multiple fronts, from civilian utilities to strategic military tactics and concerns over nuclear power safety. Electrical and humanitarian impact. The obliteration of the Nova Kakhovka Dam doesn't merely lead to immediate flooding issues, it eradicates a pivotal electricity source. As a hydroelectric power plant, the dam churned out 357 megawatts, lighting up hundreds of thousands of households. Its loss means a permanent power gap, necessitating future Ukrainian attention. Coupled with this, the flooding aftermath exacerbates humanitarian crises, notably in southern regions with lower elevation, bearing more substantial flood impact. Military strategy and dynamics. From a military standpoint, the dam's downfall significantly recalibrates the regional strategic equation. Russia, already grappling with defensive resource allocation against Ukraine's looming counteroffensive, finds an inadvertent advantage. Given manpower shortages stemming from earlier campaigns and internal skirmishes, Russia urgently needed to bolster its defenses. The flooding caused by the dam's destruction now serves as a naturally emerging defensive moat, obstructing Ukrainian cross-river counterattacks. This is especially noteworthy considering Russia's earlier obliteration of Kherson's river crossings during its November 2022 retreat. With the flooding acting as a deterrent, Russia can better allocate its forces elsewhere, compensating for its troop shortage. Speculatively, the dam's destruction timing was astute. As Ukraine exhibited counteroffensive signs around June 5th, the subsequent flooding afforded Russia an essential breather. Zaporizhzhia Nuclear Power Plant concerns. Not far from the Nova Kakhovka Dam stands Europe's largest nuclear powerhouse, the Zaporizhzhia Nuclear Power Plant, boasting a 5,700 MW capacity. Russia's war initiation saw them seizing this plant, sparking intense international trepidation. Organizations like the International Atomic Energy Agency, IAEA, vehemently advised its deactivation, apprehending disastrous eventualities given the plant's proximity to the now destroyed dam. The destruction of the Nova Kakhovka Dam interplays multifaceted implications. While Ukrainians now confront power and humanitarian crises, Russia finds a fleeting strategic advantage, delaying Ukraine's counterattacks. Simultaneously, all eyes remain on the Zaporizhzhia Nuclear Power Plant. Its security paramount given the heightened instability in the region. Impacts of Nova Kakhovka Dam's destruction. Zaporizhzhia Nuclear Power Plant and North Crimean Canal. Zaporizhzhia Nuclear Power Plant. A situation on the brink. In September 2022, the reactors at Zaporizhzhia Nuclear Power Plant were shut down, halting fresh heat generation. Yet, residual heat in reactors and cooling pools demands continuous water supply to avert radiation leaks. The Nova Kakhovka Dam, now destroyed, had regulated the river's water levels to ensure this. Post-destruction, an IEA report warns of pump malfunction if water drops to 12.7 meters. Thankfully, in anticipation, operators overpumped water into cooling channels, ensuring reserves. Further, the plant's cooling pond is designed above river levels, bolstering safety. With generators off, the IEA posits the current supply could last months, providing a window for extended solutions. However, the plant, located in a conflict hotspot, is vulnerable. Past targeting of the facility underscores this. A strike, especially on the cooling pond, could compromise its structure, inducing leaks. So, while no Chernobyl or Fukushima-scale event seems imminent, the ongoing conflict heightens risks. Initiatives are underway to stabilize water supplies, but the prospect of localized disturbances remains worrisome. The North Crimean Canal, a deserted lifeline. Another fallout of the dam's destruction pertains to the North Crimean Canal. This aqueduct, channeling Dnipro River's water across the Kherson region to Crimea, has faced political maneuvers. Post-Crimea's 2014 annexation by Russia, Ukraine halted its water flow. Yet Russia's 2022 aggression saw its reactivation. Now the canal faces a grim fate, imminent dryness. The dam's demise disrupts water equilibrium essential for the canal. Both Ukraine and Russia engage in blame games over the destruction. If Russia orchestrated this, it might echo doubts about retaining their territorial gains. The canal isn't merely a water route. It's the agrarian heartbeat of Kherson and Crimea. This water cutoff poses severe agricultural challenges. Even a potential peace treaty wouldn't provide a quick fix for this water conundrum. The obliteration of the Nova Kakhovka Dam reverberates with profound consequences. While Zaporizhzhia Nuclear Power Plant navigates precarious conditions, the North Crimean Canal's desolation endangers agricultural dynamics in Kherson and Crimea. With blame being traded between Ukraine and Russia, addressing resultant challenges is set to be an arduous journey.